Let's continue getting a sense of how some communities are picking up the pieces as of this weekend. In fact, residents in some instances taking matters into their own hands by leading door-to-door campaigns, and all of this in an effort to try to receive stolen goods during this week's violence. One particular campaign was carried out by the Diepsloot Residents Association along with the JMPD. Community structures have also said that they received tip-offs about where some of these stolen goods are actually stored. How did this work? Let's bring in our guests. JMPD spokesperson Minnaar, Akim Zulu, who's the secretary of the Diepsloot Residents Association, also joining us in Mish, Mdlalose, the chair of the ANC Joburg's Ward 111. To all of our guests, thanks very much indeed for your time. Mr. Minnaar, if I can start with you, help us understand better how this campaign was carried out and what exactly the objective was.
Yes, the objective was to recover the goods and items that was taken in the looting, and to get those people who had stolen, who had taken the items, to be arrested and be charged at the police station. So that was the objective. And then to get the vehicles, the items recorded, and then also to attach the items to the people who had been arrested to be presented as evidence, and then thereafter to get the rightful owners of the goods, be it the stores or the retailers, to collect the items after it has been recorded and be attached on record.
Yeah. Mish, we understand that this was done through some kind of tip-offs. Help us understand the type of information you are receiving whilst carrying out these door-to-door campaigns with the JMPD.
Yes, sorry.
Go ahead, Mish.
Yes, thanks very much. Indeed, we are working with community, especially this side of Greater Ivory Park that includes Ebony Park, Fontaine, and Ivory Park as a whole. Indeed, as a community, we have managed to get information and some tip-off. Causes unconscionable and barbaric behavior that is happening in our society, that people will go to an extent where they steal goods like sleeping bed, television, to mention few, even to steal the phones in the shops. But it was going to be clear if people were just dealing with the issue of food. It was going to make sense. So that is the issue that we are raising, that indeed the tools that we are getting, but we are working together with the committee, because Community Policing Forum in Greater Ivory Park is on board. Ivory Park Association is also working with us, and also community-based organizations, churches and NPOs. We've been doing very well. From now, as I'm speaking to you, I send you some pictures. We're dealing with cleaning our malls that were affected, especially Busy Corner Mall, and also Busy Corner Mall.
Right, Mish, I'm going to come in there. It looks like we're having a bit of problems with our connection to you. Akim, let me bring you into the conversation. The real concern, of course, is that some of the instigators are within communities themselves. Is that the sense you're also getting, especially from doing this door-to-door campaign? Akim, are you able to hear us?
Yes.
My question is...
Good afternoon to everyone. We were a bit disturbed because the people who incited this violence were not members of our own community. There was some vehicles with registration of KZN, and obvious some were from the GP plates, which came into our area and incited the violence. And you know, whenever there is a violence, such violence, and then the people living within the area took chance to get involved in the looting of the Bambanani Mall.
JMPD spokesperson Minnaar, let me bring you back into the conversation. The real concerns in other communities about whether or not this is even legal, from the law's perspective, is or are officers actually allowed to simply go into a residential home in the name of trying to find stolen goods and searching essentially those homes, given the unrest we've seen this week?
Yes, you see, when there's suspicion of goods being stolen or information received of a particular residence or home where there are suspected stolen goods, then officers may enter that property and retrieve those stolen goods. Thus far, on information received, it has been positive, where officers have been to residences or to homes where there is information of stolen goods. The officers did find such stolen goods.
Yeah, and that was my next question really as we wrap up. How successful was this campaign from your reading of the situation, especially because you mentioned that part of the objective was also to ensure that there are some arrests?
Yes, I think it's the operations are going well. Also, the cooperation from the community is also very good. So at this stage, it's just as much of those looted goods as possible so that we can get it back to the rightful owners.
Right. Minnaar, thanks very much indeed for your time, also joining us for that conversation. Akim, Zulu, as well as Mish, Mdlalose.